are up. I look pretty washed out today on this camera, so that's great. All right. Look at my notes. Today, we are creating my cat a luxury dining experience. Where'd he go? Hey, hey, you. Yeah, yeah. This is Wiley. He does have feline leukemia. Like I said, we're gonna create this little guy a nice little dining table so he can have the ultimate eating experience. Because you deserve it, right? He's a good boy. So first thing we gotta do is measure his body up to his shoulders so we see how big this is gonna be. How tall he needs to be. Because that's one thing I forgot to do. Standing it straight. Oh wow. Yeah, okay. He can be up to like 8 inches tall. He's a tall guy, I guess. I don't know. Alright. So we're doing this basically with one 2x4 worth of wood. I just so happen to have some scrap, so it's already kind of cut, but that doesn't really matter. I designed this little table so that you can make it with one 2x4. I do have some plywood over there that we're gonna use just to kind of zhuzh it up, but it's not for the table itself. Put these aside for now. And I will show you this is kind of what we're going for. I whipped this up in Make by Me. First time I heard of it, it was actually pretty nice to use. So we're kind of just going for a picnic table-esque type of vibe. Should be quick, should be simple, should be pretty hard for me to mess it up. But I guess, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I still do. Let's go back. All right. Whew. Sweating. All right. I suppose I should probably make a quick cut list here of everything we're gonna need. Come on. Okay. So for the tabletop, we need 2 by 4 by 18 inches. The tabletop is going to be 18 inches wide. Then we need the support beams, which will be obviously 2 of them again. 2 by, technically it's not 4, but they're still a 2x4, and that will be 7 inches long. And then we're going to kind of strip it in half, because we're going to cut both ends at a 45-degree angle, and then we're kind of split it in half just so we have like a smaller, skinnier support beam. And then the legs, I actually have to go back. Let's see here, what did we have? I know, so the supports were at 45-degree angles. The legs are at 15-degree angles, but I don't remember how tall they are. One second here. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, like I said, Wiley deserves a nice place to eat, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh, we'll put it in millimeters. There we go. All right. So this, so the okay, okay. Stop. Oh my. There we go. Basically 5 inches. No. What am I talking about? 4 inches, 11/16 is what we've got here. 4 inches. Eleven sixteenths. All right. 4 and 11/16. Holy. My brain is just fried in this heat right now. All right. This aside, we've got our cut list. Let's go ahead. Grab pencil. Oh. And a square. My tools are all over the place. That's another thing we can work on. Got our pencil and our square. Got our tape measure. So let's just first of all find the two best looking pieces of wood here for the tabletop. And best looking, I'm kind of talking, I guess the probably be a better term if I said coolest looking. Like, I feel like I've got to use the one because this one because it's kind of got a live edge still, little bit of it. But I do also need to sand it so that it doesn't get all slivered up. But we'll try it. So we'll do this one. And I mean, this is pine, so it's all pretty much the same looking. Not very exciting. Unfortunately. Nope. That's me too. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll use this one for the legs because none of the other pieces really match it that well. Yeah, I figured out that I kind of remembered that I could use the webcam on the laptop for one of the angles. So thank you. All right. So we'll do 18 inches across. Actually, use this side. 18 inches across. Mark. 18 inches. Mark. And we take the square. Get that going. Beautiful. Ready. Oh, you want to see Wiley, huh? Yeah. Everybody way. You think this is good wood? You gonna eat off this? Oh, not interested? Okay. Doesn't hurt. Alright. What did I say? 4 and 11/16. First of all, we need 15 degrees. Mark. Oops. Pencils in my ear. Okay. And then you'd be going opposite way. Now we take 4 and 11/16. Degrees the other way. Actually, just thinking. Is that right? I don't think I'm doing that right. If I want them to be, it has to be. Oh yeah, I guess that would be right. Yeah, kind of going. Wow. All right, going the same way with it. Hope I'm doing this right. 15 degrees. Let's hope that they're the correct length. Let's see here. Actually, yeah, because this actually comes out to be like 4 inches. 4 plus an inch and a half for the boards on top, puts us at 5.5 inches. That's probably good, I think. Because then we can call it probably 6.5 inches with a bowl in there. I think that's good. All right. Now we continue. Let's get the circular saw ready. While he's over there chasing bugs, naturally. Already making a mess. All right. Over here. So I'm gonna just go off this edge here. Yeah, yeah. Make sure we're at 0 there. All right, all right. Quit stalling. I don't know why, but I still get a little nervous on these cuts because I don't want to mess them up. Wish this was right-handed. I think that would be a little bit nicer. All right, here we go. Fortunately, I can't get you a good angle on this. Top board done. This next one here. All right. So this is what the table's going to look like, or the actual top of the table here. So that's good. Oh shoot! I got enough to make. Wow, I probably could make all 4 legs out of these. But I don't want to work with wood that small. I might use it for 2 of the 4 legs, but I don't want to be pinching that. Just to try and get it going. Alright. Let's get leg number 1 here. Yeah, I was just thinking, actually, maybe I want this to be the support beam because you can see that a little bit better. This nice one. I think we'll still have enough where I could use this chunk to make both supports. So I think that's the plan. That is the plan because I do like the look of that live edge. Sweet. Uh-oh. Don't look at that. We're a little wobbly. Little buff. Little buff. Let's go ahead and mark these next 2 supports. So we want to keep this edge. Oh yeah, we get plenty. Okay. Go ahead and mark 7 inches. Oops. Mark it off. Cut that quick. Make sure you were good. All right. Wow, that is small. That should be, yeah, lines up with that. So now We mark, well, I originally had it marked 45, and then we'll just chop off like the bottom, uh, about inch and a half. Yeah, we'll go with that because it's how we have it marked out there. So, but it's gonna end up kind of being, should have marked this beforehand. So that's not awesome. Okay. Just need to be able to see where it ends up here. We're 45 there. Come on over. Keep forgetting that my pencil's in my ear. Okay. There's one of our marks for 45. Other way. Here. Okay. There we go. There's our 45 degrees marked so that we can cut that. We might as well get this next support beam ready to cut at the 7 inches. Do that all in one fell swoop. All right, go ahead and cut these out. Okay. 45 degrees marked on the next one. Oh, I used the one with the live edge, and then I marked it backwards so I'd be cutting the live edge off. Well, shoot, that's not gonna work. I kept the one with the live edge, and then I marked it so that the live edge comes off, so I gotta flip that around. Shoot. Oh, I don't even have an eraser on this, do I? I need an eraser stacked. Oh boy. Wow, was it? That actually kind of works. Didn't expect that. Just gotta get my sweat on it. Come on. I mean, but you know what? Nah, it'll be fine. Most of it would have been cut off anyway. I'll just rock with it. We'll send it the way it was marked up to be. And then we'll cut on the back side of this one so I mess up the live edge less. I think that's how that works. I guess we're gonna find out. this side. There's 45 marked out. All right. Beautiful. And we can cut those. We've got one leg ready to go. We're doing this in a really weird order, but we're gonna get there. I'm just chasing a fly right now. Yeah, I'm not super excited to have so little to hold on to here. That was super sloppy. But I'm not gonna mess around with that. I'm just gonna wood chisel that out. Because this is freaky. This is freaky. Cutting like this. And you know what? Just realized I've got to mark the other side instead. So that I can have shoot. You know what? I might just have to wood chisel that in its entirety. It's just a little too close for my liking. I don't want to chop off any fingers. Kind of like them. Just a little bit. Well, hopefully we can get that done in a reasonable amount of time. So let's go ahead here. And then we'll mark our end at 15 degrees. This is another leg. So if we get 15 degrees, perfect. Now we go and we measure 4 and 11/16. Square that off. What I was thinking there. Get back to 15 degrees. Oops, 15 degrees. Get it to where they match at the end. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And that should be about 4 inches. Okay, we're not at 4 inches. What is this? All right, let's double check. Okay, no, 3 3 3/4 is what we're at. Okay, that's fine. That's where we're at here too. So we'll go ahead and make our cuts. Shoot. I should have made them on the other side. Oh. I really need to pay attention to that. I'm drowning over here. All right. So this is wrong. This is wrong. I need to basically just put it on the other end of the board, right? Or they need to be the angle needs to be 15 degrees the other way. Like if I just push this through. Yeah, all right. Because I want to be able to cut it. And, I'm using I've got this left-handed circular saw. So I got to be able to put it on the left. And I already have such little wood to work with. So I'm not trying to make it any more difficult for myself. So let's just do it the right way, huh? 15 degrees. 4 and 11/16. Square it off. We should be pros at this now. And then get this to 15 degrees. Beautiful. Well, now we just make sure that we've got 3 3/4 inches. Yep. All right. There we go. That's the way we need it. Okay. So I essentially just need to do that same thing 2 more times. 2 more times. So we go ahead and mark 15 degrees over here. Go ahead 4 and 11/16. Blah, blah, blah. What's up, dude? Oh, he's chasing a bug. It's just yelling at the bug. All right. One more. So we'll go ahead and mark 15 degrees here. Again. All right. Make sure this is 3 3/4. Perfect. 3 3/4. Perfect. All right. We'll cut out the rest of these. Cut out the rest of these legs. Then we'll go ahead and try to chop down the support beams. See if we can make them straight. I hope so. All right. That's leg number 2. I'm just making sure these can be used both ways, which is probably stupid, but my brain was panicking there for a second. I'm like, can I actually use the same cut both ways? I can. So we're okay. But, all right. Let's go. Leg number 3. Yeah, so. All right. One more. One more leg. My lady? Where'd you go? Hey, my lady. Hey. Oh, we need an update for you. What do you think? Think this is gonna turn out okay? Think this is gonna work out? Oh, okay, bye. He's uninterested. Uninterested. All right. Um. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna try and chisel this. First of all, we can get this little gross bit off. Okay. Oh, brother. I am very nervous about this part. I think we take an inch and a half off. Inch and a half off. Where'd my square go? All right. All right. And then we really just try my best to turn down the mic. This is gonna be a little loud. I don't know if I'm doing this in a good way, but the goal is to just kind of go along the line here. See if that'll just weaken it enough to break the rest of it off. Kind of break it off cleanly is the plan. See if we can tilt this up. Uh-oh. A little bit more. See if we can see this a little bit better. There we go. it move. Oofda. Think Wiley wants to go inside. 1 second. You want to go in, dude? Oh. All right. Let's keep it going, huh? I know there are definitely better tools for this job. I just don't have them. So, this could have been done a lot faster, but that's okay. Yeah. Have to sand that down. All right, it's kind of taking shape. We're getting there. Now we gotta get this other angle into it. Actually, see if I can't. See if I can't grip this down, make it a little easier on myself. Nope. Nope. My grips aren't long enough. My clamps. Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Almost there. This is not easy. Not very easy. Oh my goodness. Let's wrap out of here. Come on. Come on. Holy. That. That was terribly difficult. I guess it wasn't that hard, but it was physically demanding. Holy. All right. Well, that's one support done, minus the I gotta sand it, but I gotta sand all of this, so that's okay. So let's get going here, I suppose. No time like the present. Back to it. Let's get the second support done, and then we can sand everything down and start getting it together. Exciting stuff. Are you serious right now? That was kind of awesome. That was so much faster than the first one. Holy. Oh, I love that. That was satisfying. Maybe I like this thing after all. All right, let's see if we can do it just as nice for the corners here too, the 45s. See if we can get lucky like that. Don't worry, I got it. All right, it's fine. Okay, shove that back in there. There we go. Oh yeah, beautiful. Halfway done on that one. Gosh dang it. Ugh. Getting a little impatient here. Get all that out of here. That thunder is going hard right now. Oh boy. I completely forgot I still have another side to do this. Oh. I was thinking this was my last one for some reason. roof over here and just kind of smushing it, trying to wedge it out. So I gotta go all at the same time here, just kind of level by level across the whole top. All right. Don't want to keep damaging this. One sec. I really am jacking that up. I'll put that aside. Put this side towards the middle. That does not look great. But we will also sand it down, so that should help. Okay. I got a little careless. I was trying to speed this up, right? Because this is taking a long time. I think we've been already doing just the chiseling part for like 30 minutes. Uh, I kind of split it right down the middle of what I actually need. So that's not good, obviously. But it is not fully apart. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to be extra very careful. I don't have any wood glue, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is when we put the legs onto the supports, I'm just going to make sure that I do one screw on the bottom half, one screw in the top half. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. It's not like anything heavy is going to really be on it, but that was not ideal. I got to be more careful on that. Well, well, it officially went all the way through. We're still going to try to salvage this because I'm not trying to spend another 20 minutes on one piece here. I'm just going to get these last couple of pieces off, and then we're going to worry about it when we get to the actual assembly phase, which this is the last thing. Or no, we got to finish taking this chunk off, sand everything real quick, and then we can assemble. So we're getting close. We're getting close. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's just power through. be right back. I'm gonna go grab a drink, but also I've got to go grab my sander. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back. We'll sand everything down and assemble. There we go. We're back. Let's just make it easy on myself, huh? Just fold it straight down the middle. Does cutting sandpaper sharpen your scissors? Because I feel like it should. I don't know if it does, but it feels right. Bang. Boom. How much is that? 3/4 of an inch. So we go 3/4 of an inch. Pass. There. Probably making this way harder than it needs to be. But maybe not. Maybe this is the right way. I just feel like I'm making it kind of hard on myself. Trying to make it so specific, but that was my first time loading it up too. Okay. That in there. Should be good to go. Should be. Will we actually be? I don't know. Side in. Oh boy. I cut off a little bit, or I cut it a little short, but I think it'll work just fine. All right. Just sand this down real quick. Should not take too long. We don't have that much. We can get it all screwed together. Oh, we're gonna have some looks, fine. Ow. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's only for if you're using the vacuum. I would, but I don't currently have two outlets open, so I'm gonna have to figure that out here. I got a lot of work to do to make this a little more functional. But for now, it'll work. Alright, let's get to it, huh? Okay. All the legs done. Just taking a brief intermission here. And then we got the braces and the tops themselves. So we will get back to it. All right. I think it's about time that we finally start assembling this thing. All right. All right. We'll make sure that this is flat. These are the legs upside down. And we put the brace right in front of it. And then we're gonna pick some screws out. Oh boy. Winch inayaficha. Ibadi winch, eh? Oh. Alright. Double check screw size here. You know what? I actually feel like it's supposed to sit like that, right? It's supposed to sit like this with that facing out. I'm just trying to decide if that looks good. I think it does. I think I'd be happy with that. Okay. And you know what might be easier? Maybe easier to put the brace on first. Kind of just making this up as we go here. Okay, so that's one top. Let's see the other top. So put spots that we want to face up, facing down for the moment. What am I doing here? What? Oh boy. I'm not thinking right. Alright. No, we're gonna want it the other way so I can screw him from the top. Right? That's fine. That's fine. Unfortunately, we have this broken one, but we'll make do. All right. So we're going 2 inches in. Two inches. 2 inches. Let's just make sure here. Okay. 2 inches. 2 inches. Oh, okay. And then what we're gonna do to kind of make it easier on myself, I think this will be a little bit easier. I think. Maybe I'm horribly, terribly mistaken. I think it'll be easier if I just take this. I just take one of them. Oh shoot! See, I already messed up. All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. But I'm just going to. I was gonna clamp it. Maybe we just go with it. Go straight up and down. Make sure we go 2 inches in. All right, now we can clamp it. Really got it here. Shoot. This definitely isn't right anymore. I gotta stop just messing around with it. Just gotta stop. It's bothering me. Alright. Here's what we do. Where did I put? Oh, right. So for my drill. Impact. Okay. Then I find the right bit for this screw now. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. I just want a little pilot hole so I don't split the boards any more than they kind of already are. Which I think is fair. One more similar. Alright. There we go. That should work. Okay. Let's try this again now. Okay, we're in 2 inches right there. We probably only need one screw per board, but it'll probably look a little funky, so let's just do two. Let's just do two, just to kind of make it look a little bit better. But I mean, we definitely only need one. Just trying to make it look nice. Oh. Okay. Do the same thing. Same thing, other side. I'm getting quite messy here quickly. Quite messy quite quickly. Alright, what did I just say was going to be the front? Like that. Alright, alright. Just trying to get a couple screws in here. So that it holds nicely. Okay. So we've got those two in. Now we just need to straighten them out. Shoot, I don't remember which side we set it on. I think it was this one. So it looks a little bit better. That's why we're uneven. Make sure it's nice and flushed up there. You're currently not quite sitting 2 inches deep in that end, so that's what I was fixing. We should be good now. There you go. You see a little bit better. See what I'm doing here. All right. Let's do this one in. Okay. Now we make sure that this one is in 2 inches, which now it is. All right. Using myself again. So we're not quite straight. So I'm going to try and fix that. So theoretically this should be better. No. It was telling me theoretically this should be better. Okay. That's a little bit better. And then let's just make sure over here. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and try to get some legs on here. I'll see how we're gonna do this. Alright, so we're gonna just do kind of one up here, one down here. And you might as well go from the inside so that you can't see the screw. And it'll look a little bit better there as well. So we'll go from the inside. Oh, completely forgot to put the extra 4 screws in. So we're doing 2 on each board. Right. Get back in there. Alright. Let's finish this off then. Should be pretty good. Now we can do the legs. We might have one leg that's bigger than the others. Okay. Let's just hope not, huh? Go for the hope for the best. Don't prepare for anything. There we go. Pretty close there. Trying to make it so we can kind of get one at the bottom of the brace, one at the top of the brace. Kind of spread out the love a little bit there. That's the hope, at least. That's the intention here, especially with that other side, because it got a little broken. So I gotta try and hold those pieces together. I really wish I had some wood glue. Some wood glue would solve all of my problems right now. Because my problem, well, now another problem is that one's too tall. I was really worried about that. I kind of saw it. Dang it. Oh boy, yeah, when you look there, you can really see it. Shoot! Shoot, 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 shoot. It's quite a bit. That's quite a bit taller, too. Not like... Not a super easy fix. Let me get these other legs on. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do. Because I might take the wood chisel. As much as I don't want to, I might. Just take the wood chisel to it. Oof. Alright, this is going to be a lot harder. I did not think about this. I don't have room. Shoot. I don't have a room. I guess I have room just to drill. And cross my fingers that it doesn't. I really don't even have room for that. Wow. This is why we always drill first. Fuck! Fuck. I should have just came in from the outside. It'd look a little worse, but it would be functional. Son of a bitch. Now do I take the time to make a new one? Shoot, I got a really long one right here. I guess all I have to do is cut off the end for that one. Man, I wish I had some wood glue. Yeah, this is just... Gosh dang it. Ah, how are those that far off? That's like a whole quarter-inch difference. Half-inch difference, even. That's terrible. nice and smooth though. So this is that. All right, let's stop stalling now. See what? 3.5 inches, and these are, this is 3 3/4, isn't it? Okay, so it is a 1/4 inch difference. I take a 1/4 inch off there. So we need to go 3 inches. Oh shit, no, 3.5 inches. Sorry. I must have made a really bad mistake. Alright, let's try it again. Get that saw back out here. Oh, I've got good news too. Is I don't feel comfortable with the saw on that. That's when we're going back to hammering. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Fuck me. Also, I have an idea. I have an idea of how to fix this piece here. We're gonna hammer in these nails. Bada bing, bada boom. Cut off the tops and hammer the other side in. And hope we don't break the other side even more. I think that's not a terrible idea. I mean, I'm sure it would be better if I had some wood glue, but you know, I just don't. So. Fortunately, I just don't. But okay, see if my idea is gonna work. I guess the only big issue is making sure I'm actually lined up, I suppose, huh? Yeah, because we are not quite. Oof. Okay. Close. We're so close. There we go. You know what? It really doesn't look good at all, but it's fixed. If I had wood glue, it would look perfect, but I don't. So it doesn't, unfortunately. Okay. Do I do the same thing with this leg? I feel like that's probably just a bad idea. Whoops, that's not even the leg. Where did it go? Yeah. Oh. No. Where did I put it? Must have threw it out of spite. I have no idea where it went. That's awkward. You know, I probably could take that little piece off here, though. Be risky, but I'd feel more comfortable doing it there than holding it, obviously. Where did it go? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna cut a new one really quickly. I'm way over here. You know what? It's gonna be a sketchy cut, but we're gonna do it because I don't want to chop it down with a chisel. Now we go back to the sander. This foot sanded down. Whoa. Where'd the other half go? There we go. That freaked me out a little bit. So I grabbed the wrong half. Alright. That's really unfortunate. I didn't even think about the spacing here. So think what we'll do here. So we got one kind of low here. I'm gonna get some pilot holes. Drill. Oh, whoops. Oh, we're supposed to go low, but that's low. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go high. Now we take these pilot holes. Go. And then I can hand screw them into here. And then it should give me enough room, or I could start. Sorry, I don't even need to hand screw them. I just need to start them. And it should give me enough room. And hopefully not split my wood. Whoops, a little too far. Hopefully not split my wood. Let's see if this method is the way to do it. No pressure. Okay, I think we're good there. Let's do the same thing over on this side. Although, I'm going to re-drill this bottom hole because it is too close for comfort to the actual bottom of the board. That's fine. This is why we have it all facing the inside. So I don't have to worry about that too much. Well, that's kind of it. I gotta level it out here still. Yeah. This leg just needs to come down a little bit, which is really unfortunate. Let's see if I can just slowly but surely take some off, test it, take some more off. We'll finish this off real quick because once we get that level, then we're pretty good. Why am I losing everything? Where did I put my chisel? What the heck? Where did my chisel go? Good thing I had more. This was actually gone. I have no idea how I misplaced a chisel with a bright orange handle. It makes no sense to me, but we are. Start a little bit higher. Sure, I'm not pulling anything out here. I feel like there should be an easier way to do this. I mean, like, honestly, I'm at the point I might just try to make the cut. Honestly, might just try to make the cut. 'Cause this is gonna take me forever. All right, just gonna be kind of careful. No biggie. Uh, oh, all right. Tape measure. let's see here. 3.5 all the way over. We need to go to, yeah, we need to take about 1/4 of an inch off. It's a little freaky. That's not much, but I could very easily mess it up. So let's not, right? Just take a moment of silence, because I really don't want to mess this up. This is like, once we get this even, we're done. So let's just stay calm. We got this. It's gonna be fine. I cut enough off. Not quite. We cut just a smidgen more, which is not awesome. Actually, might just be at the start here. Oh, we did it! Oh, I was so worried. I did not think we were gonna get that. Uh, but honestly, if we didn't, I don't think Wiley would have ever forgave me. So I'm glad we got that. All right, beautiful. Now, I just need to sand that back down, and we're done. And this took me probably way longer than it needed to, because it's a fairly simple build. And we're running at about 2.5 hours right now. So I'm going to sand this down, and then we'll get Wiley out here and see if he likes it. Oh! That's why we're sanding it. All right, I'm gonna quickly clean this off so Wiley doesn't get any splinters. Thing like that. Bakoom! Bakoom! Almost done. Can I get a bowl too? Please? Gotta get a bowl too. Where'd you put that? Where'd that go? All right. It's time for the moment of truth. Isn't it? Why? Moment of truth. Does Wiley like his new dinner table? I might be cheating a little bit because we're using churu. And he absolutely loves churu. So if he does not come and eat this, we know there's something seriously wrong. He loves this stuff. Why? You see what I got? It's up here. Come here. Come on. It's right here. Come on. Jump up. What are you doing? Uh-oh, this does not bode well for me. I'm going to put him up here. Hey. Come here. What, are you scared to jump up? Are you camera shy? You see your churu? Come here. I think that's a success. Look at this body posture. That's like perfect cat eating posture. I think we got the perfect height. He seems to love it. This is great. I call this an absolute win. And honestly, so this build took me about 2.5 hours for something this small, which is insane. But I wanted it to look pretty good, and there's some things I could have done better. I think if I had some different tools, obviously I could have made some of these parts, some of the parts of this build a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. Holy crap. He devoured that thing. But, for the future, I just got to be a little more patient because I tried to speed things up, and that's when I cracked a couple pieces of wood. But, we solved the problem, and honestly, maybe I just get some wood glue for next time, but I had fun with this. I got a little annoyed at parts, but, overall, it was a good time. Why? What do you think? What are you rating this? What do you rate this build, huh? I think YY says a 10 out of 10. I'll give it like a 7. I know I have plenty of room to improve. And maybe down the line we'll do some little additions to fancy his little table up here. But I think this is perfect for now. And he seems to love it. So thanks everyone for watching and witnessing my mistakes. Yeah. Till next time.